Hi there! Welcome to Tech Center. This is Joshua and I'm going to introduce you how to make a digital clock in Python. Before we jump into the video, please subscribe and click the notification bell to receive future videos from our channel. If you haven't already watched my previous Python programming tutorial video about making an analog clock, I've put a link in the description box below so you can watch the video. Now, I'm going to introduce you to making the clock. Let's open Python from the Windows Programs list. Click Start. Python, and then ideally Python. Let's open a new file to start programming. File menu, new file. Let's close the shell, and let's maximize the Python programming window. Now I'm going to make the screen bigger so you can see better. Before we program the clock, I want to show you the final product. As you can see, the time and date have been displayed. You can see that sometimes the date disappears and comes back. You can change the color of this writing, and you can also change the color of the border and the inside rectangle as well. You could also add extra rectangles on the outside. Let's close the screen. And let's close the shell. For this program, there will be no need to install anything with the pip command. This program will consist of 5 main sections. Step 1. Importing the modules. We are going to be using the time module and the turtle module. To use them, we have to import them first. To import them, type import turtle and import time. Step 2. Creating a screen. I'm going to make the screen a variable and I'm going to call it win. Win equals turtle.screen. Open brackets, close brackets. Make sure the S in screen is capital. Now let's set the background color to white. Win.bgcolor. Open brackets, open quotation marks. Type your color in. For me it's white. I like to have white. White. Close quotation marks and close brackets. Now I'm going to set its width and height to 300 and 200. So win.setup, open brackets, width equals 300 and height equals 200. Close brackets. Now I'm going to add a title to the screen. Win.title, open brackets, open quotation marks. I'm going to call it Digital Clock in Python. You can call it whatever you want. Type your title in. Close quotation marks and then close brackets. Now let's turn the screen's updates off. Win.tracer, open brackets, 0, close brackets. We type this command in because we don't want the screen to flicker. Let's move on to step 3, creating all the pens. In this program we will need 3 pens. So, pen 1. I'm going to call this first pen, pen, and the second pen, pen 2, and the third one, pen 3. So pen equals, so we have to make it a variable. Pen equals turtle dot turtle, open brackets, close brackets. Make sure the T in the second turtle here is capitalized. So let's set the animation speed of the pen to the fastest, which is 0. Pen.speed, open brackets, 0, close brackets. And now let's put the pen up so it doesn't draw anything on the screen. Pen dot pen up, open brackets, close brackets, and let's hide the pen as well. Pen dot hide turtle, open brackets, close brackets. If you don't hide the turtle, then you will see a turtle or an arrow shape moving around the screen, drawing your lines for you. Now let's create the second pen. Pen 2. We're going to do what we did above, so we're going to copy it and paste it here. I'm going to call this pen 2, just change this all to pen 2. Now let's do the same for the third pen, pen 3. Let's paste it. Pen 3, pen 3, pen 3, pen 3. Now let's move on to step 4, creating the functions. In this program, there will be two main functions. The first one is actually going to be drawing the clock. So I'm going to call it draw clock. So I'm going to define draw underscore clock. Instead of typing spaces, we type underscores. And let's put parentheses in, open brackets, close brackets, colon, enter. Make sure to put these in. First of all, I'm going to draw the smaller grey rectangle on the inside. Pen dot color, open brackets, open quotation marks, grey, close quotation marks and close brackets. Make sure grey is spelled G-R-A-Y, not G-R-E-Y. Now I'm going to set the pen size, the width, to 5. Pen dot pen size, open brackets, 5, close brackets. Now let's set the coordinates. So I'm going to make a variable called x. X equals the pen's x coordinate. So instead of writing pen dot x coordinate, we type pen dot x core. So after pen dot x core, space equals space. So I'm going to set it to -75. And I'm going to set the y coordinate to 45. Y equals pen dot y core. Again, instead of writing y coordinate, we type pen dot y core equals 45. Now let's go to x and y. Pen dot go to, open brackets, x, comma, space, y, close brackets. It is not necessary to put a space in between these. So let's change that up here as well. And it's also not necessary to put spaces before and after equal signs. So now that we have changed it all, let's put the pen down. Pen dot pen down, open brackets, close brackets. And now let's start drawing it with a loop. For I, or type any letter like S or something like that, in range, because it's a rectangle, we're going to go for 2. Colon, enter. We're going to make it go forward 150 first, So pen dot forward, instead of typing forward, we type FD. You can also type forward, but I prefer FD. Open brackets. We said we will move 150 steps, close brackets. Now let's turn right 90 degrees. Pen dot right, open brackets, 90, close bracket. Again, right can be shortened to make RT, and same with left, LT. Right now there is no backward function. Maybe in the future they'll add more. So I'm going to move 50 afterwards. Pen dot forward, open brackets, 50, close brackets. And I'm going to turn right 90 degrees again. Pen dot right, open brackets, 90, close brackets. And now we've drawn the rectangle. Now let's put the pen up so it doesn't draw anything. Pen dot pen up, open brackets, close brackets. Now let's move on to the second pen, otherwise it will draw a line because it's updating with the time module. So let's do pen 2 dot color. That was the big black rectangle, so I'm going to make it black. You can make it any colour you like. I prefer black. And now I'm going to set the pen size to 25. Pen 2 dot pen size, open brackets, 25, close brackets. Now I'm going to go to a specific location. Pen 2 dot go to, open brackets, close brackets. Then inside the brackets type x minus 15, comma, and y plus 15. So it will go to the top left corner, and then it will actually properly draw it. Now let's put the pen down. Pen 2 dot pen down, open brackets, close brackets. Now let's draw the rectangle. For, type in a letter, something like I, in range, open brackets, because it's a rectangle, 2, close brackets, colon, enter. Going to go forward 180 and turn right 90 degrees. Pen 2 dot FD, or forward, open brackets, 180 steps, close brackets, and then pen 2 dot right, open brackets, 90, close brackets. And we're going to go forward 80 steps again, and then we're going to turn right 90 degrees. Pen 2 dot forward, open brackets, 80, close brackets, and pen 2 dot right, open brackets, 90, close brackets. Now let's move on to the second function. This function is going to be making the clock actually work. The function we already created is to draw the things around the clock. The function we just created before is just making the rectangles around the time. So let's make the time update. So I'm going to call this function clockwork or something like that. So define clockwork, open brackets, close brackets, colon, enter. Pen 3, we're going to use our third pen. Pen 3 dot color, open brackets, open quotation marks. I'm going to set this to a red. You can choose any colour you like, close brackets. And pen 3 dot pen size, open brackets, close brackets. Right now the pen size won't matter. This is because we are going to use the write command, not the draw command. So we're going to go to 0, 0, pen 3 dot go to, open brackets, 0, 0, close brackets, and then let's clear pen3 screen, pen3 dot clear. So anything that pen3 has accidentally drawn will be gone. Pen3 dot, now let's draw the hour, minute and second. Pen3 dot write, open brackets, h, the hour, this is going to be a variable, colon, make sure that there are quotation marks around the colon and there's pluses in between them, h plus colon. You can put spaces in between if you like as well. So h plus colon plus this is going to be the minutes. It's also going to be a variable, plus, open quotation marks, colon, close quotation marks, plus, second, this is going to be our second. This is also going to be a variable as well. So this is all we're going to type, comma, space. So now we're going to set the font. Font equals, you can put a space if you like, but I prefer not to. Font equals, open brackets, I'm going to use the font D. Instead of actually using normal fonts like Arial or Carrier, you can just use letters. I prefer D. This is because it is the right size. I'm going to make it size 25. Now I'm going to make it normal. Open quotation marks, normal, close quotation marks and close brackets. Now let's make it alignment in the center. Align equals center, open quotation marks, center. Make sure it is spelt C-E-N-T-E-R, close quotation marks, and close brackets. It is not necessary to put these spaces in, so we can take them away. Now it is writing the time. Now let's make it write the date. First of all, let's prepare the pen. So I'm going to make the pen.pen up, pen3.pen up, open brackets, close brackets. Then I'm going to go to pen3.goto, open brackets. I want the x coordinate to be 0 because I want to make it stay in the center. Then I want to make it go down to minus 30. Now let's put the pen down. Pen3.pen down, open brackets, close brackets. And now let's write it. Pen3.write, open brackets, D. This stands for day. This is going to be a variable, comma, space, font equals, open brackets, I'm going to keep it the same, D, close quotation marks, comma, space, 25, comma, space, open quotation marks, normal, close quotation marks, and close brackets, comma, space, align equals, I'm going to keep it center, open quotation marks, center, close quotation marks, and close brackets. Now, the spaces in between the comma and the next thing are not needed. So, in this case, it's between the font and the alignment and the writing and the font. Now, we have completed all the functions. Now let's move on to step 5, creating the main loop. So this is going to be the main loop. This is going to be a while loop. While everything outside the loop is true, make sure the T in true is capital, colon, enter. Let's set the time. Okay, I'm going to make it 24-hour clock. set hours, I'm going to start off with hours, to 24-hour clock. So I'm going to type h equals time dot string format time. String, instead of typing string, we type str. Instead of writing format, we type f. And for time, we just type time. Okay, open brackets, open quotation marks. Now, instead of typing %i, like we did in the analog clock program, we have to type %h. This is because %i is in the 12-hour clock, and %h is in the 24-hour clock. %h, make sure the h is capital, then close quotation marks and close brackets. Now let's move on to the minutes. M equals time dot string for time, open brackets, open quotation marks. This stays the same. %m, close quotation marks and close brackets. S, seconds, equals time dot string format time, open brackets, open quotation marks. This is also going to stay the same. %s, make sure the s is capital, close quotation marks and close brackets. Make sure the m is capital in minutes as well. Now let's set the day. Update the day. And for that, we have to type D, because we called it D up here. D equals time dot string format time, open brackets, open quotation marks. %d, make sure the D is capital, close quotation marks and close brackets. Now the day and time will be updating, but right now it is not being displayed, it is not being called. We created the functions and we've actually made it make sense to Python by creating the variables, but we haven't actually called the function. So we have to call them. We called our first one draw clock, draw underscore clock, open brackets, close brackets. Remember to put these parentheses in. And clockwork, open brackets, close brackets. Remember to put these in as well. Now, finally, let's keep the screen open. To keep the screen open, type win, or whatever variable you had for the screen, win dot main loop, open brackets, close brackets. Now let's run this program. File menu, save. I'm going to call this file digital clock, and I'm going to save it in my programs folder. Click save. Now I'm going to run it. Run module. As you can see, it is different. It's not good. It is flickering lots. So let's change that. Let's close this and let's close this. So first of all, I'm going to change the size of the date. It's actually meant to be 15. And now let's make it stop flickering. So to do that, we have to type time dot sleep, open brackets, 1, close brackets. So this basically slows down the program for 1 second. So it stops the program for 1 second and then continues. And above this, we have to type win dot update, open brackets, close brackets. This is to update the screen, so it actually updates the time. Now let's run it. File menu, save, run run module. Here you can see a fully functional clock like before. Let's close the screen and let's close the shell. Now let's close the Python programming window. In my future videos, I'll be posting more Python programming tutorial videos to program stopwatches, timers and games, and maybe even weather apps. I hope that this video is helpful for you. If you like this video, please smash that like button and share it to your friends and family. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click that red subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments about this video, or if you'd like to get links to all of my previous videos, please contact me via email at 4techcenter@gmail.com. I've put a link in the description box below. See you in the next video!